Hey, welcome to our little Worst Fans music show here.
Worst Fans music.
When we go to concerts... Oh, my name is Wilson. This is Sly.
That's correct.
What we're going to do is when we go to concerts, because we go to a lot of concerts together.
We do.
We're gonna talk about them a day or two later and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
It'll be quick, they'll be fun, so let's jump right in.
Yeah, and even if no one listens, it's a good record for us to remember what we did and how cool it was.
That's who it's for, first and foremost.
Or how terrible it was, I guess.
First and foremost, if we're not entertaining each other, we're not entertaining anyone.
That's true. I'm entertained by you. I enjoy your conversation, my friend.
So we saw Khruangbin.
We did.
Radio City Music Hall.
I love that place.
March 10th, 2022.
Yep.
The thing I was going to save for on air.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I look at the outside of that building, I don't understand how the inside of that building fits inside the outside of that building.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand what you mean.
It's so magical.
Yeah.
And it sounds so good. We were up high and it sounded incredible.
So we were sitting in the third mezzanine, and I've been to, a fair amount of shows at Radio City. I do not think that I have ever sat that high. I think I've sat in the first mezzanine, and obviously orchestra. In the orchestra.
Fancy boy.
But I mean I don't think you were saying you haven't sat that high up either, have you?
I think I've done second. I don't know if I've done third.
Okay.
If I had done third, it would have been. I was telling you when we were going in, I saw Death Cab for Cutie there, and I was the first row of the balcony, but I think that was second balcony.
Right. I think
we were up there, man.
Yes.
It was cool.
I also get Beacon and Radio City confused sometimes because their mezzanines and like hallway and lobbies, not lobbies, but hallways on the mezzanines have similar vibes.
Totally. And when you're sitting there, it almost feels the same.
Yeah.
Unless you look around.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, like we were saying at the show, this was the first time I've ever really looked up and at the ceiling of Radio City. I've never just looked straight above. It was really interesting. It's a very cool ceiling.
Super cool place.
Yeah.
Great acoustics.
It looked like they were remodeling too. There was some scaffolding and like some of the off to the side or balcony seats were non-existent.
Even like the ceiling looked kind of unfinished, like they're doing something to it.
Yeah.
But the sound was unaffected.
Oh, it sounded so good. They were so good.
So, you had offered me this ticket the day before it on our last live Worst Fans Radio. I found out that
that's right. You found out live you were coming. Yeah, that's wonderful.
I knew I was the backup plan.
What a
tie-in. I was
tie-in.
looking forward to it. But I wasn't sure because, I mean, these guys had that Mordecai album. That's how I got into them.
Same.
And I wasn't sure. Sometimes you see a band play a place like Radio City and you never hear from them again. Or they're not that great because they're playing in a place too big and they don't quite know how to like settle into it.
Right.
So I was like, I wonder if this is going to be like that. I wonder if they're like a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Okay.
And as soon as it started, I realized, one, how much I love that record. Two, how good at being that band is. Mm-hmm. And then three, how fully formed they really are, man. Do you want to talk about like the presentation? Like the stage setup?
I mean, we didn't expect it to be such a spectacle.
Yeah.
But it was really very cool. The bassist and guitarist were on raised circular platforms. They almost, at one point I turned to Wilson and I was like, it's almost like, little kid's dream, two trampolines next to each other in the backyard. So that's what they looked like. But each one had stairs going off of it, and they spent most of their time while they were playing walking down the stairs and then crossing in front of the stage and switching platforms. And then a couple times they just walked across the overlap in the middle. And you had this amazing light show, and I believe there was a fog machine at one point.
Yes, definitely.
Like it was a very well done production.
And like the drummer was also on a circular platform, but they never went over to him.
Right.
But it was kind of it almost looked like a UFO kind of thing. It was the three circles in like a triangle shape.
Yeah,
and,
good point. Yep, you're right, it did.
And they lit up, they changed colors and stuff. It was cool.
Well, based on the poster too, that seems like the vibe they're kind of going for, where it's like, the three of them form their own version of Voltron in a way.
You look at that poster and like that's what the show felt like at times.
Yeah, no, that
captures it perfectly.
We wondered why there was such a long line for merch because it went all the way down the stairs. Plus, like we talked about, I don't remember merch in Radio City being right in the middle of the way. I guess it always is, and it's just never that crazy. But it was just a bit much.
It was crazy. Yeah. It's been too long since I've been there to remember what the merch setup was like. I've never bought merch at Radio City.
But you're right. The poster did feel like that at times. It was very, 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 very enjoyable.
So you were saying you don't know the names of the songs. I'm not huge on the names of the songs either.
I don't know any of the names of the songs, to be completely honest with you.
And I've listened to all their albums, but Mordecai was the one that hit me. They played 4 songs off that. 4 songs off their first album, The Universe Smiles Upon You.
Okay.
5 songs off their second album, Con Todo El Mundo.
I like that one.
They're all
That's
great.
number 2 for me behind Mordecai.
Have you heard the dub version of that?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's cool.
I'll have to check that out. All right. And
then of course what they list as one cover, but let's face it, they did a hip hop medley.
He was at like 15 songs or something like that. 12 songs.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It wasn't all hip hop. One of them was
14. Benny and the Jets was in there.
Benny and the Jets. Rhythm is a. It's not called Rhythm is a Dancer, but that's.
It is called Rhythm is a Dancer.
It is called Rhythm is a Dancer.
By
all right.
Snap.
Yes, man, grade school dance right there.
And the medley started with "Let's Dance" by Bowie, which is one of my favorite Bowie songs.
Oh yeah, as soon as they came,
great song.
As soon as they started playing that, I was like, all right, I'm ready.
Also, after the hip hop medley, they covered "Kool and the Gang," "Summer Madness."
Ooh, I missed that. Okay, I mean, obviously not missed it, but I didn't understand that that's what that was.
Yeah, it kind of everything flowed very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about their jam band adjacency.
Yeah,
at the show. They have
100%.
the Fish connection, and as much as that surprised me when I saw it, it makes sense.
You have a story about how you found out about their jam band connection, right?
Yeah, so I was looking for they'd played the night before at Radio City 2, so I wanted to see what time they went on. So I just searched on Twitter, and usually you can tell what time a band goes on by when people are posting about it.
Yep.
Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
It was a lot of people adding Trey Anastasio and asking him if he was going to sit in with Khruangbin. And I was like, oh, I guess that's a thing that happens a lot. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. Right. So then I went down this rabbit hole of like trying to find some information on it, and I found that it happened once. It was at Rockin' Festival 2019. Mm-hmm. What is Rockin' Festival, by the way?
Rockin's it's one of those jam band summer festivals. You know, I mean,
it's not like curated by one of the bands or anything.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just one that gets big names.
Gotcha. Where is it? Do you know?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, have you been?
Nope, I've not been to that one. I haven't done a festival in a long time.
Cool.
Not since Vibes existed.
But yeah, so I guess and then I saw an interview with Trey saying that his daughters got him into Khruangbin. Nice. And I guess that's part of why they're on that circuit. And also just, I think they almost present as a jam band in a way. It's funky, it flows, they don't really stop playing.
Right. Yep. Well, like we were talking about yesterday, it's kind of jam bandy without your overdone solos.
Yes.
Or without your like, they didn't just take the spotlight and put it on each person and let them shred for 20 minutes. It was all formal like songs.
Yeah, they did just play the songs. Mm-hmm. They jammed up a song, like some of them are probably a little longer than they usually are. They vamp a little. Yep. But almost similar to another band we love, LCD Sound System. Yeah. Drag it out a little bit, let the groove kind of sit.
Yeah, when you find that groove, they like you call it the pocket, right? You find the pocket. You just
very good pocket band.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And at one point you turned to me and you said, "I would love to hear this with a horn section."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that would be cool. But I was also thinking, there is something cool to me that band is just those three singular individuals.
Agree.
And they sound so big.
Agree. That's a great way to put it. It sounds so big. Yeah.
But the other thing is they're so sure of themselves that if they had a horn section, you know it would be incredible because they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was just a great show. I was so pleasantly surprised. I would love to see them again.
Same.
I'm really looking forward to the next album now. Mm-hmm. And it re-energized. I've been listening to them ever since. The last few days, they've been in the heavy rotation again.
Yep. Yeah, same.
It's just perfect. And summer's coming around soon.
This is definitely... So funny you say that. I learned about this band on the beach in the summer when someone was playing them out their wireless speaker. And I was like, oh, who's this? And they were like, oh, it's Khruangbin. Boom. Done. Fancy.
That's a perfect place to find out about them, too.
It's exactly what the music is for.
That's
like
the energy.
Outdoor relaxing vibe. Just hanging out in the sun or, with people you love. That kind of thing.
What was your favorite moment in the show? Do you know? Do you have one?
Oh, wow. Favorite moment. I don't know. I think that my favorite parts of them in general are the songs where the woman is singing or chanting because I find her voice so engaging and relaxing that anytime she's talking, singing, whatever into a microphone, I was double into it.
So here's a cool thing. When it's the singing that isn't like words, it's always all three of them. It's a harmony, yeah.
I hear her the most. She's the one that sticks out the most to my ears.
Dominated the voice of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that, like, there's like that one song where they kind of like just talk back and forth. Mm-hmm. That's such a cool song. I was hoping they'd play that. I think the reason they didn't play that is because there's a keyboard in that song. I think that might be why. I think they keep everything to where they can manage it live.
Well, see, that's what I like to see. I love to see them just like get a 8-piece band together and just go bananas.
I mean, I would almost, like, if they were backing up Leon Bridges, which they do on the records, I'd go see that.
I'd go see that too. Yeah,
they're just tight, man.
I would definitely go see that.
And we were talking during the beginning of the show. Another good thing about them, man, we could kind of talk during them without it being like rude or weird. Yep, it was nice.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people sat down for most of the show. It was a very different It was a very different vibe, while at the same time having the same vibe. Again,
Yes.
like the jam band adjacency is the best way to put it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a great moment that you were in the bathroom for, so I'm going to tell you about it.
Oh,
that I
please
loved.
do.
It wasn't
Go
my
on.
favorite moment.
Well, I'm sad that I missed your favorite moment.
No, it wasn't my favorite moment.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay,
Wasn't my
okay,
favorite
okay.
moment.
My bad,
But
misheard.
when they came out for the encore, she did the dress change.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
they
That
came
shiny
back
dress
out-
for the encore was
They kind of
awesome.
came back out one by one,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went into First Class, which is the first song on Mordecai.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's
Hell yeah.
cool. That's a perfect way to start an encore. Towards the end of the encore, they played Time, You and I, which is probably like their big song, right?
Yep.
And I could feel the balcony shaking. Could you feel that?
No.
Oh, yeah, I could feel the balcony shaking.
Oh, wow.
It reminded me of being at the Robin Ventura Grand Slam single game. It's the only other time I felt like a place shake like that.
Yeah. I felt Yankee Stadium shake at the 2008 Home Run Derby when Josh Hamilton hit the UT sign.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man.
But to bring it back to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that dress. I came back from the bathroom and I was like, oh, she's so shiny. That dress is killer. I love it. It was reflecting the lights and just, it was awesome.
They had the double disco ball.
Right, that's why she was like a third disco ball
Yeah.
walking around the stage. It was awesome. I was a real big fan of it.
But even though, like I was saying, I wish they played that song, but the set was great.
Set was
even
great.
the songs I didn't know sounded awesome.
I mean, look, it's very rare that it's not very rare. Let me see. It is very, I guess, yeah, it is very rare that I go to a concert where I don't know the songs very well and get as into it as when I do know the songs.
Yeah.
But they were a band where I had just the same level of enjoyment, just without even having to know what they're called or, anything about them, even other than having heard them before and going, oh, I know this one.
It's like a band like that. It could be like you go see them, and maybe you don't want to see them again after that. It's a little discouraging. Maybe you're like, oh, you kind of like almost see behind the curtain. With
Right.
them, it's almost like the opposite. It's like
Killed it.
it goes deeper than I even realized.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cool, man.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I'm really glad that we decided to go, and I would definitely go again.
Oh, dude, I definitely want to see them. And like you're saying, I want to see them like an outdoor place. It'd be really cool.
They would be a great lawn seat band, just because you have your blanket, maybe you get a beer, maybe you get a giant pretzel, maybe you get both, hang out. I think it would take it to another level in an outdoor setting with nice weather. However, you're also going to sacrifice the lights and the visuals because it's tough to get it that cool outside unless it's pitch black.
That's true. I mean, Radio City is like, it was perfect, man.
It was exactly,
It was really good.
It was everything it needed to be. Yeah, 100%.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So what we're planning to do with these is just anytime we see a concert together, or if even just one of us sees a concert and we're hanging out, we'll probably come through and pop it up online for hopefully your enjoyment.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, we hope you enjoyed this. If you were at the show, or if you're at one of the other shows on the tour, the Casa Surreal tour,
Hey-o.
yeah, drop something in the comments and we can chat about it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, drop something in the comments or come follow us on Twitter. I'm at WFSly on Twitter.
All the links are in the description.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Say it anyway.
Also, we didn't make it to see Nubia Garcia, but I listened to some of, I think it's a band,
Okay.
either her or the band, on Spotify, and it was really good. I was a big fan. So if you haven't checked that out and you like Khruangbin, I think you should. And if you have checked it out, then you already know.
And if you're going to one of the shows left on the tour, maybe get there a little early and check them out.
Yeah, I would definitely say get there a little and check them out. I wish we had, but we weren't able to. So next time.
Also, the music before they went on was really cool too. I think they picked that out, like the house music.
Yeah,
So I was into that. They really created an environment that they
Awesome.
thrived in.
Makes it. I mean, it's totally. It totally tracks and makes perfect sense based on everything else we've been saying about it this whole time.
They're so good at what they do.
Yep. Can't wait to see him do it again.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Adios, everybody.